Right, welcome ladies and gentlemen for the round 6 of EFL right here in USA, Austin, Texas, y'all. I'm the owner and commentator of EFL, Eric the Lightning Salama, and you're watching qualifying of USA, which is actually heavy rain today, so everything's big in USA. The track, the people, even the weather is big, so we have a very awful conditions for the qualifying here today. And for a little while now, with me is commentating my EFL's personal admin, Greg Chimsa. So, good evening, Greg. So, basically, your game is not downloaded, or what's going on? Why are you not joining to the race or for the qualifying? Please tell the viewers. It should be right. Well, hopefully we're gonna make to the qualifying, and we wish very well to get to the lobby very shortly, because there's still 15 minutes remaining in the session, and it's very wet in the qualifying. Like, the conditions are very awful, and we'll see who's gonna master the track of USA in these awful conditions. Some people going side by side even in the track at the moment, and we have already 3 comments in the comment sections. I'm gonna quickly check what they're all about. It's from Napla and Alpha saying hello, and Napla saying Quack's voice is down or not allowed. Alright, so he needs to you need to allow your voice then. Alright, but hey, we'll go for the first flying lap, which I believe is going to be by Mr. Tuckbird driving for the Williams team, Mr. Irishman, Mr. Irish Coffee. Okay, not Irish Coffee, but hey, to be fair, Irish Coffee is good. And my voice is some reason, could you turn that down please? Thank you very much. I hate to hear my own voice when I talk. Thank you. So Tuckbird is in a lap, coming towards the first corner, and we'll see. Have you actually ever driven in USA in the rain? You have? How is it? Alright. Easy to lose the back end, so in dry it's easy to lose the back end, in the rain it's even double the fun. So we'll see. The Tuckbird is coming towards the end of Sector 2 very shortly, and of course yellow Sector 1, Sector 2, but that might be only people letting drivers past who are in a flying lap. But Tuckbird, who is P3 in the Drivers' Championship, started this season brilliantly with 2 podiums, but then he had a little bit of silent moment for the 3-4 last races, but he's still P3 in the Drivers' Championship, but only 2 podiums in last 5 races. He hopes to turn that around, and hopefully he will turn that around and challenge for the title. And actually now, the championship leader in EFL is Mr. Taze Leroy, who has 60 points, and is actually equaled with Leo, who has also 60 points, but because Taze has more wins, that means Taze is leading the Drivers' Championship. So that's the case, and we have some random people joining the lobby, but luckily they can join the race or the qualifying. And we have Archie Gill setting a 152.3, which is a provisional pole position time, and Tuckbird is gonna come across the line. And Tuckbird sets a 49.5, and that's 3 seconds quicker than everybody else, but he loses the car and almost DNFs. Zuper Zaken sets 151 flat, which moves into P2. Cartel 149.4 beats Tuckbird by 1/10. Do we have anybody else in a flying lap? We have 6 comments saying, I'm gonna read them very shortly, but we have Blender, the hometown hero, the hero of USA, driving in his home track, in his home team in Haas. He sets a 154.1 and moves to P5 position. We have Leo, who is P2 in the Drivers' Championship, but he has just started his lap and is a little bit struggling at the moment, so we're gonna see who else is about to finish the laps. We have Maikun, so we're gonna keep an eye on him. We have Kamiap setting a 152.9, and it moves into P5 position. So first, from 3rd to 7th are very close to each other, so very good to see that the drivers are equally matched, apart from the top 2. But Maikon is gonna come to the last corner. He wants it very wide, and he will set a 153 and flat, which will move him to P6 position. Are you still in the lobby? 11 minutes, 12 minutes, Jack. So come on. 6 minutes, it's gonna be Klutz, it's gonna be Klutz. There we go, good job, Jack. And oh really, that's good to see. The PS5 is different than PS4, that's good to know. But Blow Up has joined to the session now, and now we're following Jake. And Bugs Bunny sets a 149.3, I mean 149.5, and it moves him to P2 position, as Carlto sets a 148.4, taking provisional pole by 1 second. F7 now Jake, P4 position for him, so Ferrari and Alpha P4 and P5, very good from them. Yellows in sector 2, so somebody has just made a mistake, and I believe that was Napla, because he's invalidated. Leo moves to P2 with 148.8, losing 4 tenths to Culture, but that's P2, and Misu too, and Misu 148.7, so we have 2 Renault drivers taking a front row lockout. No, we're not, because Vizo sets a 147.7 and takes pole position by 7 tenths. Jesus Christ, that is quick in the rain. He's the rain master. Well, he took pole position in rain in Belgium, so if you remember that. Well, he was driving, but I think you remember that also. So, and now, but we still have our championship leader, Taze Leroy, and I'm gonna check some comments here, saying from Yoni saying hello. Okay, that's. Okay, I will follow you on the Instagram. No problem. I'll follow you on the Instagram, Yoni. No worries. I'll go and follow. So I need to follow my fellow Finnish countryman in Instagram. But hey, I'll do that. Somebody writing that. Yeah, I think it's from your big brother, Team Grimsaw, saying Jack's voice isn't coming to the stream, but I think it's coming now. I don't know when the comment came. It probably came. I don't know, probably 10 minutes ago. But hey. Taze Leroy, he's invalidated his lap. Do we have anybody else in a flying lap? We have Blender, we have Matt, we have Maikon. Actually, I can see from the full map. So I think it's Laxon actually. But he wants very wide. But hey, he's still driving his lap. Actually, I think. And we have F7R Jake moving to P5 position. There, you heard it, you heard it. You heard it. Yeah, you heard it from him, ladies and gentlemen, you heard it from him. That's good to know, and we have a Charlie Corrigan leaving from the lobby. But hey, Racing Point driver Matt sets a 150.1 and it moves into P8 position. That's a lovely lap from him, top 10. And Blender, hometown hero, coming towards the line, and he sets a 150.5 and it moves him to P9 position. So very good lap from Blender. We have Alpha, who's actually invalidated his lap. We have Napula, I believe, who is about to come across the line or start his lap. I think he's about to start his lap. And he will set a 152.6 and it moves into P12 position actually. And we still have 5 drivers without their laps yet. Right, so everybody's actually in the pits now. It's still raining. You can see, I think the stream is like 1 minute, you know, delayed or down on what's happening in the lobby. But how many minutes left do you have? Oh, it's clutch time. You should be able to join. There we go. And then F7R Jake coming across the line again, or to the final corners. I don't know why it's hard to commentate today, but Jake, he's actually going back to the pits. And we have Alpha, who's actually adventuring, the adventures of Mighty Alpha, who actually, I think I need to give him a navigator, because he has no idea how to drive on this track. He's not been able to set a clean lap in this session so far. We have actually Williams' car. I don't know who's in Williams. Tuckbird. He's in Williams. He's about to start his lap, so we're gonna keep an eye on him. Actually, do we have anybody else? Actually, we have Blender for Life once again. the American hometown hero, but he's going back to the pits. So we're gonna keep our eye on Tuckbird, P3 in the Drivers' Championship. And I believe we have a new comment here today. Yeah, no new comments. 6 minutes remaining in the qualifying session so far. Actually, I'm gonna enable all the tires. Lovely. Some drivers actually going to intermediates now. We're gonna keep our eye on those drivers actually. Taze Leroy and Marius Daniel going on inters. The first drivers to go on inters. So exactly. That's a big risk. I mean, I would imagine if you have nothing to lose, you should be able to do that because you might gain massively from it. But yeah, it's interesting because it looks like the track is drying up, so you'll get your turn in the next 5 minutes. And we have actually Archie with Inters going 1:47.6, but they're not so massively faster because, okay, he went to second place with Inters, but he's still 4 slower than Viso on wets. Is it that track is not ready for Inters, or was Viso's wet lap so amazing that even the Inters guys can't beat it? It's Viso. I mean, I've never seen wet tires being faster on inter track with intermediate driver. So actually I've never seen an intermediate driver fight against wet driver in qualifying for pole position. I've actually never seen that. Alright, good luck for the race, man, and thank you for popping in for the commentary. That was quack streams, everybody. Yeah. Yeah, and Tuckbird sets a 1:45.5. He actually was on intermediate, so he takes provisional pole position by 2 seconds. So the track is ready for the intermediates. Yes, sir, ladies and gentlemen. And other beings who are witnessing here today. Maybe the aliens are watching this race, but who knows? This is the EFL. Anything can happen. Taze Leroy has invalidated his lap time. Marius Daniel is driving with Inter, so we're going to see what the Red Bull driver is going to do. And oh yes. Oops. Oops. Okay, I'll send you in one moment. Apologize, ladies and gentlemen. You're gonna see a blue screen of death for a very short of time. And of course, if you can't concentrate, you can afterwards you can mute me if you want. But where are you here? I can't find you. There we go. There we go. There we go. Good luck for the race or the qualifying. But yeah. We have Marius Daniel going side by side with the Alpha Tauri driver, and he has the corner cut to get past him, but I have no idea what was that about. Maybe they were in a lapse, but who knows. But a lot of drivers are with the intermediates now, so we want to see UDF Viso P1, Duckbird P2, and actually Bugs Bunny going to P2 with 1:44.2, so the track is improving a lot. We have Culture in intermediates, we have every single driver in intermediate tires. Leo, improving by 9/10. And by the way, you can mute me if you want. I can hear your TV. Yeah, no worries. And Leo sets a 1:48.3, and he goes to P8 position. That's a lovely job from him. And actually, one moment. Apologies, I have to. Again, it's a little bit echoing. Sorry, I had to mute Greg because it's a little bit echoing. I apologize for that. Didn't want to do that. But Laxern has actually invalidated, so we have Culture. We want to see what he does. He's also invalidated. And Miso goes P3 with 1:45.3, so that's a very good lap from him. We have Renault driver. Actually in the lap, we have, okay, it's Culture, but we have other Renault driver. He's here. So, who the bloody hell are in the laps? I'm sorry, but Marius Daniel, we're gonna just keep an eye on him, and we have yellows in sector 1. We have new comments. I'm gonna read them very shortly. Marius Daniel is gonna come towards the final corners very shortly, and we have a new comment. Yeah, I'll follow you. I have a league race here. Don't see. And Marius Daniel goes P5 with intermediate tires, and that is 1:45.8. That's a lovely job from him. And we have Laxon in the lap, Taze Leroy's in the lap. We have 2 minutes remaining in the qualifying session so far, so looks like everybody is going to drive with intermediates. We have Napoli in the lap. We have Alpha Tau in the lap, so or Laxon. It's very hard to see everybody. Like, I'm sorry if I'm missing you. I'm terribly sorry about that, but I can't make it to every single time, every single driver. As we have Laxon coming towards the end of sector 2, so we'll see. It's going to be hot or not lap from him, and he's setting a purple sector 1, and DRS is enabled. DRS is enabled. I'm going to voice is a little bit down. I always forget this. How can you put voice down? There we go. 6 6 6 6 6 6 6 6 6. Yeah, I'm the devil, I know. But who is gonna go on the dry tires? Who on earth is gonna go on dry tires? Nobody. Actually, we have one driver. We have Leo going to the. Okay, he's in the pits, but it's gonna be a big hurry for him because there's 1 minute and 8 seconds remaining in the qualifying session. I'm messing up today. I apologize because the voices are so. I'm gonna put to 8. 8. And then Napola is starting his lap. We have still Visor in pole position, Bugs Bunny in P2, and Blender for Life actually has gone to P3 position with that beautiful lap from Blender, and he's invalidated, so that's his qualifying over. Gamey has retired. So we have Marius Daniel, probably coming for the final corner, probably for the last laps, and he will set a 1:45.3, and it moves him to P5 position. Incredible lap from him. Blender is in P3, and we have Laxon who's retired from the session, so that's his qualifying over. And Maikun is still in the lap, Alpha is in the lap, Napoli is in the lap, Matt is in the lap. We're gonna see Jake, the race winner from Belgium, what he's gonna do. Or do we have any drivers closer to the finish line? We have Williams, so I believe, but he's in this out lap. We have Haas also, I believe that's Napoli, and he wants a little bit wide. So what the bloody hell I'm gonna keep an eye on? I'm just gonna keep an eye on. I'm just gonna keep an eye on Napoli at the moment, as we have crack teams are leaving from the session. So we'll see what Napoli does. He's improving by 3 seconds of his lap time. Nobody is going to the soft set of tires, so that's very interesting. The track is dried up. The track is literally so dry. But I don't think nobody's going to improve the laps. Actually, we have Renault driver, Carl coming towards the final corner. And he will set a 1:45.5, so it moves him to P7 position. And now we have a Ferrari of Jake coming across the line, and he sets a 1:45.1, goes P3. Now we're going to go to Napoli, and he will set a 1:47.3, and it moves into P10 position. We'll see what Matt does. He sets a 1:45.4, and it moves into P7. We see what Bugs Bunny can do. Is he going to challenge for pole position or not? He's improving his lap, and he's actually joining with the slicks. He's joining with the slicks tires. Do anybody else on slicks? No, we're not. So I believe Bugs Bunny might actually take pole position here today. He's improving his lap by 3 seconds. The only driver who realized that going to the slicks was the right choice. So he might go for pole position. He's opening his DRS, but that means he will have to start with the dry tires. Well, if it's going to be dry in the race, and he uses all of the tracks, he really doesn't have to push at all because he is up by 8 seconds. So what a brilliant masterpiece from TTV Bugs Bunny, and 100% he's going to take pole position if he's not going to invalidate his lap. So that was a beautiful strategy class from TTV Bugs Bunny. He did what Jensen Button did always in his time of Formula 1. And TTV Bugs Bunny, yes sir, he's gonna take pole position here today, and he sets a 1:31.0. He takes pole position by 13 seconds. 13 seconds, yes sir, you heard it correctly. 13 seconds. The only driver who went for the slicks in the end when it was raining. And beautiful pole position by TTV Bugs Bunny. Congratulations. And championship leader Taze Leroy is in the wall. He's P17, and Leo also P2 in the Drivers' Championship. Equal points with Leo is P14. So the two championship fighters are not doing well, and we have surprising top 3 here today: Bugs Bunny, Viso, and Jake. But beautiful pole position by Bugs Bunny. Lovely job to see. Great to see somebody risking it, going for the slicks when the track is drying up, doing double or nothing, and boom, you got pole position. I love that. I sincerely love that. And Viso Wedding, he still got wet pole. To be fair, he got wet pole, and But you didn't get pole position. That pole position went to Bugs Bunny, but still great qualifying from you. As we have a new comment saying from Napla, the track was so dry that in the outlap, and he got a bad exit from third sector, and he also went. He's thinking soft to mediums, but he was like, it's too wet yet, and then damn, I always have to do this, and JKS says, get in, come in, come on. And I'm gonna say, Bugs Bunny, you're on pole position. That's P1, Bugs, P1, let's go, let's go. Congratulations, that was amazing qualifying, amazing strategy from you. And there we go, ladies and gentlemen, pole position by Bugs Bunny, P2 Vizo, P3 Jake, P4 Blender, beautiful qualifying from the American in his home race, P5 Misu, P6 Marius, P7 Matt, P8 Tuckbird, P9 Cultural, P10 Alpha, P11 Napla, P12 Archie, P13 Super Zaken, P14 Leo, P15 Kemia, P16 Maikun, and then DNFs are Taze Leroy and Laxern. And we're just gonna quickly save the race and save the screenshot, but that was lovely to see. TTV Bugs Bunny, only driver with the slicks, getting pole position by 12.7 seconds. What the hell did you have for breakfast? Okay, I know you went for the slicks, but still amazing pole position. That was lovely to see. Let's go! Yeah, let's go, let's go, let's go. I've also say, yeah, the game doesn't let you drive out on dries, because the track was still wet, so you have to say ignore this and go to the track anyway. So there's an option that you can ignore it and go to the track anyway. And it looks like we're gonna have a... Yes sir, we're gonna have a full grid for the race. So 20 drivers, so our full grid streak continues. That's very good to see. And looks like it's gonna be sunshine, no wet race, no rain in the race, but you never know what's gonna happen. But yeah, actually I'm gonna try something. Don't yell at me, guys. I'm gonna try something really original, and you're just gonna see. Hopefully this works. Fucking commercials. Alright, I hate these commercials because I'm trying to do something cool here and it's not letting me. Alright, fuck's sake. I hate these commercials because I'm trying to do something. Wait. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to EFL USA Austin, Texas. Your starting lineups for the EFL here today. TTV Bugs Bunny, pole position. P2 driver, UDFM Vizo. From P3 starts, F7R Jake. P4 Blender for Life. P5 Mr. Italian Dessert, Misu Tiramisu. P6 and P7 Marius Daniel and F7R Matt. P9 and P8 and P9, Williams drivers Duckbird and Renault's Cartel. P10 and P11, it's Alpha F1 and Master of Disaster Napla 185. P12 and P13, Archigil and Super Mayo Zaken. P14, Red Bull Racing driver Leo. P15 and P16, Kamiab and Maikun. P17, P18, Taze Leroy and Laxern. P19 and P20, Mercedes MG Petronas driver Crack Jimzo, and P20 Alpha Tauri driver Blow Up 1004. Okay, that was like the thing I wanted to do. You know the starting lineups like they do in team sports, the starting lineups like let's get ready to rumble, and here the starting top 5 from the starting lineups. I just want to do that. Okay. But yeah, Bugs Bunny from pole, Vizo second, Jake third, Blender fourth, Mr. Tiramisu fifth, Marius sixth, Matt 7th, Duckbird 8th, Cultural 9th, Alpha 10th, Napla P11, Archie P12, Blow Up P13, Leo P14, Kamia P15, Maikun P16, Leroy P17, Laxon P18, Quick Jimsaw P19, and Blow Up P20. And so many drivers have been disqualified from the session so far, so hopefully they can still get a good start because the tires are going to be very bad for them. They're going to be ice cold. And we're going to see the tires. So half of the drivers have taken the softs, half have taken the medium. So very interesting. But like Michael Buffer says, ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble! As we're waiting for the FIA to give permission for the 5 red lights. And we're waiting for the FIA to really give the permission for 5 red lights. We're still waiting for the Ferrari, Mercedes and AlphaTauri drivers to line up to the grid. And then it's going to be lights out and away we go for the Grand Prix of USA, Austin, Texas. I'm going to see a bit of camera angle. And it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights, and it's lights out and away we go for the Grand Prix of USA. And looks like TTV Bugs Bunny got a great start. Viso tucks up behind him, but we have Jake dive bombing Viso, and we'll see what's gonna happen. Very clean start from these drivers. They're going side by side. They're going actually 5 wide. No major incidents happening in turn 1, but we have something happening in the back. We have Greg Simso, we have Superzaken, we have Blow Up colliding with each other, and we have actually Alpha moving up places, moving ahead of Marius Daniel, and Marius Daniel has spun it. Marius Daniel has spun it, so he's had a contact with somebody, and that's very awful start for his Grand Prix here today. And we have yellows in Sector 1 and Sector 2, but very unfortunate start for Marius Daniel's race. It doesn't look like we're going to get a safety car, but we have Alpha F1 moving up places like left, right and center. And they're going to side by side. Williams and Ferrari going side by side for P3 position. It's the pride for P3. It's very crucial position because then you can challenge the top dogs for the P1. Blender is under pressure from Misu and Leo. Leo had a fantastic start to P7, so unbelievable start from him. But we'll see what Blender does. He's actually tucking in, but Leo is diving up the inside of Misu Tiramisu and moves himself to P6 position. Unbelievable start, ladies and gentlemen, from Leo ZRN. But still we have F7R Jake, and we have Alpha going down the inside of Bugs Bunny, forcing him a little bit wide. But hey, nothing too major. He's actually in P2 now, so Alpha is doing brilliantly in this Grand Prix here today. As he's taking the soft tires, he's going to try to challenge Viso for the lead, who is throwing the mediums. We have Superzaken overtaking Blow Up, and we have Taze Lewa overtaking Napla. Viso says the fastest lap of the Grand Prix with 126.4. And we have Archie pitting, so Archie's probably going to change his front wing, and he's going to take the mediums. And we have Superzaka and Greg Simso also pitting for the new tires. But we have Alpha pressurizing Viso for position. Viso is in massive pressure now because he's doing the mediums, and here's the strategy for the race. It's either 1 stop from softs to mediums or 2 stop to soft, medium. So the game thinks it's soft medium, so soft medium. So it's good to see that the game tells the viewers what the strategy is. But Alpha, he has to make this move actually in quite a hurry because he's in soft tires. Soft tires are going to go out in 5-6 laps, and we have Taze Lewa actually overtaking F7R Matt in a straight, and that's P11 from him. But Matt is trying to use the slipstream again and tries to get past, and we have Viso dropping down to P2, so I completely missed it, but Alpha has taken the lead of the Grand Prix. Very quickly he moved, like, I don't know, where did he move? Like, from P10 to P1, just like that in 2 laps. So ladies and gentlemen, Alpha is in form. He is on fire, ladies and gentlemen, here today. So somebody call 911 because we have to extinguish this fire what Alpha has brought to this Grand Prix, a reserve driver in EFL. We have Bugs Bunny already, who has a time penalty, but the top 4 follows each other very closely. Alpha says the fastest lap of 135.2, so he's pushing like hell. But he's almost out of VRS, and the rest of the drivers here, they have good amount of VRS. We have a great battle between Blender and Culture. They're gonna go side by side with each other, but looks like Culture gets passed off Blender and drops Blender to P7 position. We have Marius overtaking Kamiap, running a little bit wide. A little bit tapping the wheels with Kamiap, but looks like Kamiap kept the position, and beautiful job from him. Actually, Napoli has started the race with the hard set of tires, so very interesting. He's the only driver who started with the hards, and Kamiap and Marius still fighting, but Viso keeping up with Alpha. I don't know, is he gonna attack him or is he gonna just stay in his slipstream? What would the viewers do? Would you just stay behind of Alpha and hope his tires are gonna go, or would you try to overtake him as soon as possible? And we have Blender overtaking Culture once again. They're going side by side with each other. So lovely to see this pair going side by side with each other. As we have yellows in sector 2. So it's probably somebody from Alpha Towers. And we have Misu Tiramisu overtaking Tuckbird, or Tuckbird overtaking Misu Tiramisu. But we'll see what's gonna happen, and looks like Tuckbird kept the position for P8 position. And we have Alpha almost lost it, and it was Taze Levo who almost lost it. I apologize, I'm not in good shape today. Commentary. But the Ferrari driver moves on the braking. That was a little bit naughty from him. And Taze Levo is forcing the move, and there's yellows in sector 1, and Carl has spun it. Carl has definitely spun it, so he's had a contact with somebody. Probably Blender or Leo, but the battle for the lead is still on, and we have Culture getting a 3-second penalty, Alpha getting a 3-second penalty, and he's not been able to make over 1 second gap. So Visor has everything under control still. He's with the mediums, but great start from Alpha still. He's fighting for the podium here today, and we have Kemia pitting and probably changing his front wing. We'll see what's gonna happen, and we have Viso. He's gonna dive up the inside. He's not diving up the inside. Bugs Bunny takes a time penalty for exceeding track limits. As we have Blender overtaking Leo. So now Blender is on the form, but Leo is trying to dive it up the inside, but it wasn't meant to be, and he's still trying to keep it around the inside, but no, he couldn't make it stick, and that's P5 for Blender. So good race for the American. Laxon and Taze Levo are still going side by side with each other. Still, Taze Levo hasn't been able to get past of Laxon. We're going to keep an eye on this battle for a little while. And Taze is so much more quicker than Laxon, but he's just not been able to overtake him. And Laxon is making all the defensive maneuvers. And Blender setting the fastest lap of the Grand Prix, 135.1. So how on earth he's been able to do that with the old tires? That's a lovely job to see. And I want to see a better camera angle from these drivers' point. They're going side by side with each other, but now it looks like Taze Levo got the maneuver done. But looks like Laxon is not giving in. And okay, that was a little bit, that was unfortunate for Taze Levo and Laxon. A little bit of miscommunication between them, and that promotes Napla to P11 position, and Taze Levo has spun the championship leader, and not a great race from him. Not a great race from him at all. And what the hell, Blender for life is moving to P4. So what on earth he is doing? He was all silent, but now he's deadly. He's silent and deadly at the moment. Lovely job to see from the American. If it's his home race, come on, we can give it to him. I want him to finish in a podium. He's a nice guy and everything. Viso 2 tenths behind of Alpha, so now that Alpha's tires are starting to go, then he's out of VRS, and is Viso gonna dive it up the inside. Alpha defends that brilliantly, and now Marius Daniel has been able to overtake Taze, so Taze has probably some kind of damage in the car. So over 70% of these drivers already have the time penalties. So, but Alpha is still not pitting in. He's still driving. I don't know how long can the softs go in this track. And we actually have a new comment saying from Fergus, how do I join the Discord? One moment. I'll contact in Twitter EFL _F1. There we go. Now back to the race. Alpha is under pressure from Viso, and Blender takes a 3-second time penalty. Very unfortunate. Now he joins the penalties club, but it's equal for everybody now. Only drivers without penalties are now Napula, Jake, Duckbird, Blow Up, and we have Cultural taking the intermediate tires. So what on earth? Cultural is driving with intermediates. I assume that was a mistake. Why on earth would he take intermediates? Like, okay, it says, the game says, yeah, he's in intermediates. So what on earth he's doing? He's still driving with the intermediates. What the hell? What on earth is Cultural doing? Why on earth are you driving with the intermediates, pal? I'm sorry, my friend, but that was a strategy mistake. That was what Ferrari strategy does all the time. But look at the train behind Alpha. Okay, now he is struggling so much, and Weiser is going to dive it up the inside. They're going to go side by side with each other, and looks like Alpha one's a little bit wide, but he's still not giving in. He's still not giving in. They're going side by side with each other, and Alpha is not. He's not giving up, and they're touching a little bit. Yellow sector 1, sector 2, and Cultural Citat. That's VSC, and that's VSC, and is Alpha going to pit? And I lost the... Oh, there we go. Nobody's pitting. Why not nobody's pitting? Is it raining? Is it raining? Why have this retarded camera angle? There we go. But it's still VSC, ladies and gentlemen. And Carlsel has retired from the session. That's very unfortunate for his Grand Prix. He was doing such a great job after qualifying, but... I want to see, is there new comments coming from... I found it, yeah, just contact yourself, and I'm gonna give you the Discord stream, the link after this Grand Prix. So yeah, Weiser has taken actually the lead of the Grand Prix now. He was able to overtake Alpha, and we have still VSC on, but why on earth nobody did a pit stop? Is it actually raining? It looks like it's raining, but I'm not so sure. And actually, how on earth Alpha overtook Weiser? And Weiser has lost the car! Weiser has lost the car, and that he's lost 2 or 3 more positions. He's under pressure now. Now Blender is going to challenge him. Blender sees this opportunity, and he's going to go up the inside of Weiser. And we have Bugs Bunny going the inside of Alpha, as Alpha still leads the way of this Grand Prix. Weiser and Blender going side by side with each other, and looks like Weiser get the position. Jake overtaking Leo for P5. Duckbird overtaking Misu for P7 position. Lovely job there. But it's a crazy race. And all of a sudden, sunshine went off and clouds came in. So are these drivers just trying to extend the stint and hopefully hope that they don't have to pit anymore? That they try to get to the range section. And Misu losing a lot of positions. And we have a Ferrari and a Renault driver a little bit bumping each other. Laxon is defending very interestingly. And yes, so it's raining. Now the heavy rain is here. Heavy rain is here. It's raining. It's raining like hell. And yellows in sector 1 and sector 2. And that's American. That's Blender in the wall. Blender is in the wall, unfortunately. And he has to let over the... Yeah, that's unfortunate for his Grand Prix. But do they have to pit immediately, or is it raining that hard actually? It's probably raining very hard. And Alpha is keeping his position like hell. He's not giving in. He is doing any means necessary in this Grand Prix. And that's lovely to see. And we have Bugs Bunny who's lost it completely. Bugs Bunny has lost it completely, and that's his Grand Prix over. Very unfortunate for him. He lost it with side by side with Alpha. Not a great. He got pole position, but his race is ruined because of that. And Alpha is sticking in his nose once again, trying to challenge the top dogs for position. Is he gonna dive up the inside? No, he's not. But we have Weiser leading from Alpha, from Jake. And actually, all these drivers are struggling. They are struggling like hell, and we have a massive train from P1 to P7 or P8. Napla is moving ahead of Blender now, so Napla overtaking his teammate, and we have yellows in sector 1, sector 2, and is that Napla? That's Napla who spun it, Napla spun it, and we have yellows in sector 3, we have Weiser pitting, Alpha is pitting, Leo is pitting, Jake is pitting, he's stuck by everybody's pitting, so it's definitely intermediate conditions. Intermediates are gonna come ahead, and Weiser has taken the inters. So DRS is disabled, yes sir. We'll see where Alpha is testing his front wing, so he's lost tremendous amount of time. Yellows in sector 2 and sector 3. Somebody has lost it, and that's Blender for Life. Blender for Life is trying to get back to the pits, and Napla is staying out. Napla is staying out with the hard tires, so he's going to be a sitting knock. I have no words about this Grand Prix. It's been amazing. It's been just an amazing Grand Prix. We have a lot of drivers here today. Oh my goodness me, these drivers are barely trying to get to the pits. It's very awful for the Grand Prix. And we have Kamiap, who is staying out with the slicks for some reason. Napula is staying out, staying out with the hearts. Oh, this is lovely to see. And Viso has an over 8-second gap to Alpha, and Leo is moved himself to P3 now. So it's been a great Grand Prix. Please write some comments here, guys. I'm very bored. I'm alone here. Come on, guys. Write some comments. That's why my commentary has been so bad today. Come on, guys. Write me something. I'm bored as hell. Come on, okay. Leo is challenging Alpha for position. Taze Leo is overtaking Napula, who is still driving with the hard set of tires. My suggest to you, Napula, is please go to the pits, because you're not gonna make it to the end with that strategy. Like, I'm sorry, you're not gonna make it to the end with that, and he's losing positions like left, right, and center. But we have Kamiap driving also with the softs or slicks. Blow Up is speeding. He's coming out with the intermediates. Laxon has overtaken Napla for P9 position. Viso has over 8.4 second gap to Alpha. And Leo is charging Alpha for position. This would be great for Leo's championship. He would take back the championship lead from Taze Leroy if we finish like this. And is Leo gonna dive it up the inside? No, he's not. He's waiting for a better opportunity. And did Napoli do a pit stop? Yeah, he's doing a pit stop now. As Leo gets a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. And now let's see what task Napoli takes. He takes the intermediates probably. I hope he's gonna take intermediates, or he's gonna take wets. Yeah, he takes the intermediates. But we have Kamiap, the only driver in the track, driving with the slick tires. And please write me some comments. Thank you very much. We have a comment, ladies and gentlemen. We have a comment. And Appla comes out in P12 position, just barely ahead of his teammates. So not a great day for the American team has. But look at the train behind. Napla, focus. We have yellows in sector 3, and that's Maikun. You never know what's gonna happen, Napla. We still have a lot of time. Safety cars might come, and yeah. So keep your chin up. Leo, 3 or 4 tenths down as we have yellows in sector 1. We have Kamiap who has retired. Kamiap is retired, and is that gonna bring out safety car? That's a VSC. That is a VSC, not a safety car, but a VSC. And are we gonna see people pitting as Kamiap has left from the session? He's furious. He made a driver mistake, and he's brought out the VSC here today. Alpha still keeps the P2. Leo in P3. Jake in P4. Laxon is overtaking Tuckbird. They're racing under the VSC for some reason. Not sure why. But I think now it's gonna be lights out and away we go. And Viso has over 13-second gap to Alpha. So dude, he's been very fast. And we have Greg Timsa who gonna drive through penalty. He has a drive-through penalty. Unfortunate for him, he was in good position. He was in the points, I believe. Or he was P15, but he got drive-through penalty. So he has to pit this lap. Now we have Alpha, and we have Alpha F1 who spun it. Alpha F1 has spun it, and that's very unfortunate for his Grand Prix here today. And he's lost tremendous amount of positions. And he's manually retiring the track. That's dangerous. Don't do that in the future. Come on. No manually retiring. Drive to the... Alright, but we'll see. Is that going to bring out the safety car or not? We have yellows in sector 2. Yellows in sector 2 and sector 3. And we see, is that going to bring out the safety car? Where he's going to leave his car? Okay, it's going to be left in the safe area. But is that going to bring out the safety car? Yellows in sector 2. Super Zaken is speeding. Greg Timso is speeding. They're doing the drive to penalty. And doesn't look like we're going to have a safety car here today. Which is very unfortunate. Because I wanted new talents for this Grand Prix. But now Leo in P2. Jake in P3. Misu in P4. Matt in P5. Levo in P6. Tuckbird in P7, Laxon in P8, Buxbun in P9, and Mavis Daniel in P10 position. Of course, not P11 and Alpha has left from the session. He's very furious. 2 Haas drivers going side by side with each other or fighting with each other, driving near to each other. Please. Oh, and blow up has completely took out one of the boulevards. As we have Mike competing for wets. So is it time for wets here today? Okay, that's interesting. If wets are the way to go, they're the way to go. Please, somebody write me some comments. Come on. Weiser has over 10.9 second lead, so he's basically dominating this Grand Prix. Lovely job. He's very good in the rain. He saw that in Belgium qualifying. As we have Leo being challenged by Jake. Jake, who was able to win a Grand Prix in Belgium in the same conditions, is now about to take his second podium, but we still have over 50% left of the Grand Prix, so it's not over until the fat lady sings. 3 retirements at the moment, and Napla is pitting. Napla is also pitting. Is he gonna pit for the wets? As TTV Bucks Bunny takes a 3-second penalty for multiple warnings. But we'll see, is Napla gonna pit for wets or not? Yes, he is. He's pitting for wets, so it's time for the wets. So the track is going to from normal wet, from intermediates to extreme conditions. So we'll see, is Weiser gonna pit or not? He has over 12-second gap, so it doesn't actually matter if he's gonna pit or not. As we have Archie and Appla going side by side with each other. So we'll see, is it time for the wet tires? And looks like Napla and Archie going side by side with each other, and Archie was able to keep the position. We have to keep an eye on Napla and Mike on how they're doing in the wet tires. But doesn't look like anybody else is pitting at the moment. Nobody else is pitting, as Weiser has over 12-second gap at the moment to the others. No battles going on at the moment. There's battle for P14 and actually battle for P2. Still F7 on Jake, following very closely to Leo, and Taze Leroy is fighting with Matt. So Taze Leroy has made a great comeback from that earlier stunt by Laxon. And it's lap 13. I'm gonna save the video now because I'm gonna make race highlights like usually. There we go. As we have Miso getting a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. We have Super Zaken overtaking Kamiap, overtaking Quack Simsa. Super Zaken and Quack Simsa going side by side with each other. It's battle for Pride, battle for P14, and we have yellows in Sector 1 and Sector 2. And that's Maikun who spun it. And Quack Simsa got passed of Super Zaken for P14 position. Still, Jake following Leo closely. Taze Leo following Matt, of course, overtaking is very hard when you don't have DRS open. But Taze Leo is about to show that you don't need DRS open to overtake. And he overtook the AI car of Blow Up, who's actually being lapped now by the leaders. And Maikun and Appla, it wasn't a right strategy at all. Wets are still slowest, but the track is getting wetter and wetter, but it's still not ready for the wets. But yeah, not much happening at the moment. We had yellows in Sector 2 now, so I believe that's Maikun again, and we have Jake going to the pits. Actually, he's probably going to take the wet set of tires, so we'll see what's gonna happen here. Is it going to be wet or new set of inters, as we're going to see where he's going to rejoin. And he's actually, is he having a drive to penalty? Did Jake get a drive to penalty, or what? Why on earth he's pitting? He's served a drive to penalty, and is going to come ahead of his teammate. Yes, he is. He wants a little bit wide, but his teammate has the better exit. 2 for eyes going side by side with each other. This is never good in real life, this is never good in the game, and looks like Jake got the maneuver done and get P7 from his teammate. So very good job from... Actually no, Laxon's still trying to attack on the inside. 2 for always, not giving in, and there we go. P7 for Jake. And Taze Lewer is trying to challenge Matt now, and Miso about to get double podium. He got podium in the last race in Bahrain, and now he's about to get another podium here today, ladies and gentlemen. And Napla, I think he pitted for the new wets because Yeah, he had damage or something, and Tate's liver got passed off Matt now. And okay, I'm just gonna mute the chat because I got some kind of random voice. There we go. But yeah, Tate's liver moves himself to P4 position. Viso has over 40.3 second gap to Leo, so these two drivers are driving alone. And actually everybody's driving alone apart from Matt and Tate's liver. It's still 8 or 9 tenths. So no battles going on in the track. Napula pitted for the new wet set of tires. This race really needs a safety car. This race needs a safety car. 13 laps remaining. But if the track is gonna get wetter, and we have Jake pitting, Jake is pitting once again, so why on earth is Jake pitting all the time? And now, did I jinx it? He's pitting for the wets. He's pitting for the wets, yes sir. And we have Blow Up also pitting. Is he gonna take the wets also? So the track is ready for the wets now. So we'll see where Jake is gonna rejoin. And we have yellows in sector 1 and sector 2, and that's probably Maikun. And it is Maikun, I can see from the full map. Maikun has spun it. And Jake took the wet set of tires, so we're gonna see how much he's gonna gain by this gamble. And now actually Viso is actually coming to the last corners, and we'll see he's gonna pit or not. Duckbird gets a time penalty, Maikun gets a time penalty, so only drivers without a time penalty. And yellows in sector 3, and that's Greg Simza who has spun it. Is that gonna bring out the safety car or not? No, it's not. Just a drive mistake. And we're gonna keep oh, that was a nice Tokyo drift from Greg Simzo, and now Mercedes overtaking another Mercedes by 1 lap, and we have Viso who is pitting. He is pitting. Is Leo gonna pit or is he gonna stay out? Is he gonna risk it for the chocolate biscuit or not? And we have yellows in sector 3, and that's, I believe that's Greg Simza who has spun it. And is Viso serving a 5-second penalty, or is that a glitch? Because he's not moving, and there we go. Viso is coming to the pits, and yellows in sector 3. A lot of yellows in sector 3, so I believe that's Maikun once again, and Viso only drops to P3 position because everybody else is pitting. Only Leo and Misu are staying out from the intermediate guys. So everybody else is pitting, so this is a pit stop relay. So yes sir, it's wet tires here today. Everybody's pitting. But I'm gonna see how long are Leo and Misu, and that's a VSC. Greg Simzo has with that from the session, and that is a VSC, ladies and gentlemen. And F7R Jake is fighting with his teammate, and they're a little bit banging wheels. I'm not sure what that was all about, but 5-second penalty for Jake for severe collision with Laxon. Plenty for life moves to P9 position. And now this VSC, if it's gonna stay out a little bit longer, it has saved Leo and Miso, because then they can pit and get a free pit stop. But I think this VSC is gonna leave after this, after the next 10 seconds. And we have Marius Daniel getting a drive to penalty for speeding under the VSC. So we have always one driver always getting drive to penalty, unfortunately. Still we have 12 laps remaining in the Grand Prix. And I assume Leo and Miso are gonna pit very soon. Because look at the track, it's nearly impossible to drive in these conditions, and Viso is catching them lap by lap, second by second, and Laxon and Duckbird are going side by side with each other. And Laxon is moving on the braking. Oh, not moving on, okay, he moved legitimately, but we have Jake diving up the inside of Duckbird, and he got the maneuver done. That was a interesting maneuver from Jake, and for all the drivers are P6 and P7, and Leo is pitting. Okay, Leo is pitting, and Misu is also pitting. So now we have all the drivers except Lander, Archie and Super Zaken who have pitted for the wets. As we have Greg Simza who has left from the session, so he's furious with himself. Yeah, they're not the best races here today for the Greg. And we'll see if Leo and Miso are gonna rejoin, because they did a pit stop one lap or 2 laps too late, and we're gonna see is Days gonna jump ahead of Leo, the 2 championship fighters, they're equal on points in the championship. This is what we want to see. We want the championship leaders fighting for the lead fight of the championship, and now neck and neck, Leo and Taze, and the one who is gonna finish ahead today is gonna take the lead of the drivers championship, and Laxon, Jake gonna go side by side once again. So these 2 Ferrari drivers are going side by side in every single possible point, and Laxon is defending his position brilliantly. But we're gonna see the battle between Taze Leroy and Leo, and we have yellows in sector 2 and sector 3, and that's Archie who's around. Blender and Marius have pitted, and Archie, unfortunately, he's still in the intermediates, and so is Superzaken. So it's going to be very hard for them to cope with these conditions. But Leo is only 5 seconds behind of Viso now, so they're catching up. And Taze Leroy is going to dive it up the inside. They have the possibility to catch Viso here today, but Viso doesn't have any penalties, but he might take one. They're going side by side with each other, and the 2 championship leaders almost collide with each other. They're going side by side. This is what we want to see, the 2 championship leaders for equal on points in the championship, P1 and P2, fighting it for the glory, because these points might matter in the last Grand Prix, because you have to always finish ahead of your championship rival, because even 1 point can make the difference in the end of the season. It's not only to the fat lady things, like you might actually win or lose the championship by 1 point, and now Zaken and Archie are pitting for the wedge. So once again, and now it's only 1.4 seconds between Viso and Leo and Taze Leroy. So what on earth is happening with Viso? Why is Viso losing all of this time? Now it's 4:10, so what the hell is happening with Viso? He's completely struggling in these conditions, and yes sir, he's losing positions. Has he made a mistake somewhere? And that's P2 for Viso. Viso's completely lost the lead of this race. Taze Leroy gets a time penalty for corner cutting, and he spun it. Taze Leroy has spun it once again, colliding with Viso, and he spun it once again. Oh my goodness me, not the best race for Taze Leroy, and he lost his chance of winning this Grand Prix. And we're gonna keep an eye on Leo, and that's a safety car. Safety car has arrived. Safety car has arrived, ladies and gentlemen. Safety car is here. And 10 laps remaining. The safety car has joined this party, and that is unbelievable for this race. Taze Leroy retiring brought out the safety car, and now it's a new race. It's a new Grand Prix, and if the track is gonna dry up, it's gonna be very, very interesting. And we have Napla pitting. Napla is pitting. What tires is Napla gonna take? Napla is taking the new wets once again. Interesting. But I believe Napla, is he being lapped? No, not yet. He's very lucky that he's not lapped. Taze Leroy, the championship leader, has DNF'd here today, and that's very unfortunate for his Grand Prix. And Leo leading the race. If Leo wins this, he's going to take a 25-point lead in the Drivers' Championship, but hey, it's not over until the fat lady sings. He might also make some kind of mistake. And is Leo going to pit? Leo is not pitting. Leo got a 3-second top penalty for multiple warnings. And we have to see, and we have an Alpha Tauri and Alpha Mergo side by side with each other. Archie Gill and Superzaken fighting behind the safety car. We have Jake pitting. Jake is pitting, and we'll see what tires Jake is going to take. And Jake is going to serve a 5-second stop and go penalty. And he's touching his front wing, and he's taking the intermediates. He's taking the intermediates. He's risking it now. He's taking the intermediate tires. So the track is drying up, ladies and gentlemen. So this might be a new Grand Prix. If the track dries up completely, then these drivers will have to pit. Who is going to stay out? Who is going to pit? Who is going to risk it? And who is going to stay out and try to win the race with wets? And Marius is pitting also. And we'll see where are the rest of the field. They're already in sector 2, but what tires is Marius going to take? Marius is also taking the intermediate tires. Napla has a long way back. He has a long way back. to the pits. And I believe the safety car is gonna do one more lap and then it's gonna leave. Because nobody, like literally almost nobody has got out the safety car yet. The gaps have been so big, and I'm gonna see the gaps. Yeah, it's 1 minute and 32, and yeah, people from wets are pitting now. And I believe F7R Jake has made a masterclass here today, because if it's intermediate conditions, then of course the leaders have to pit also, and that means F7R Jake would take the lead of the Grand Prix, because now it's only 22 seconds to the leaders, and almost Vaiso and Leo colliding with each other. Archigil and Superzaken are staying out with the wets, but they have 1 minute to go. They have to catch up the safety car. And the safety car is not leaving this lap. And are we gonna see the top 7, top 8 pitting? Yes, we have Leo pitting, we have Vaiso pitting, we have Misu pitting, F7R Mata pitting, Laxon, everybody's pitting, so it's a massive traffic jam and Laxon is overtaking in the pits. I love to see that. That's lovely to see. This race has just been crazy. Look at the line who are pitting. And that means Jake and Maurice Daniel have made a masterclass here today. And unfortunately, Maurice Daniel was so far behind that he couldn't capitalize it. That was unfortunate for him. And F7R Jake taking the lead of the Grand Prix just like that, out of nowhere. Miso taking P2, Vaiso P3, Leo in P4, Didi Bugs Bunny P5, Duckbird P6, Matt in P7, Laxon in P8, Blender P9, Maurice P10, Archie P11, Superzaken P11, Archie P12, Napla P13. He's over 1 minute and 13 behind still, so not gonna be easy for him to catch up. Definitely not enough time to catch up to the field, because I believe the safety car will be leaving after this lap. But oh my goodness me, it's like dry, wet, intermediate, wet, intermediate. What again? It's gonna go dry again. I don't know. This is a crazy Grand Prix. But still, now it's 1 minute 14 for Napla, and rest of the field are Superzaken and pitting or not. They're not pitting for some reason, and Misu, Tio Misu overtaking Vaiso, or Vaiso giving up the position back. And now Archie is pitting, but Superzaken is staying out with the wets, which is very, very interesting. And they have over 1 minute 13 seconds to the safety car, and I actually wonder why on earth Superzaken and actually Blender are not pitting. They're still staying out with the wets, and I believe the safety car will be leaving after this lap. It looks like I'm not sure, is it gonna leave? Is it gonna wait for Napla or not? They still have over 1 minute to go, and is it gonna safety car in this lap or not? I believe the game has been programmed that you have to wait until everybody catches the safety car, as Laxon is overtaking Matt. And safety car is probably going to do one more lap, because Napula and Superzaken haven't got up to the safety car yet. I'm not pretty sure. They're not catching at all. They're driving slower than the safety car, so Superzaken, very interesting that he's not pitting. And yeah, safety car is going to do one more lap, because the safety car is waiting for Zaken and Napula. So hurry up, guys. Zaken, please go to the pit. Go to the pits, so we can continue with this racing. The safety car's been out for 3 laps because you heroes haven't got up to the safety car yet. So come on, guys. Zaken, Blender, this is an instruction, because this might glitch the game. Okay, please, Zaken, pit for the inters, because the game is waiting for you two to catch up. So come on, guys. You're not only getting 2 seconds per lap. You guys are driving slower than my grandma on Sunday afternoon. So come on, Zaken, pit. Come on, Zaken. 43 seconds. I can understand. Napla overtake Zaken. You'll get 5 seconds removed. Overtake Zaken. Like seriously, that's just being stupid. Driving slow in the safety car, like. Come on, Zaken, just pit, because we don't have 7 laps time to wait for you guys. Come on. I know I should be like not saying anything because I'm the commentator and owner, but like this is the reason why the game is glitched, because we have some drivers here. There we go, Napla overtaking Zaken, and Zaken actually running wide, thank God. Yeah, I'm sorry Zaken, but you drove slower than the safety car, so I apologize for cursing to you, but nothing personal, nothing personal. And 25 seconds, and Zaken is just driving very slowly. Actually, we still have to, I hope he's not gonna wait for everybody, because then we're gonna see rest of the... Okay, thank God, safety car is leaving. Safety car is leaving, thank bloody God for that. And we have Jake, who is gonna slow the field down, do the Lewis Hamilton strategy and just slow everybody down. And Misu almost running wide, he's running wide. And okay, now I think Napple has got up to the safety car. And the rest of the drivers, Super Zaken still hasn't got up to the safety car. And now it's going to be lights out and away we go for the Grand Prix. And Jake is driving very slowly. He is waiting until the last possible moment to put the pedal to the metal. And he hasn't yet. He's sold the dummy. He's sold the dummy. He's still not driving, he's doing the Valtteri badass, what Valtteri did in Imola, I believe, or was it, yeah, Imola. And he's still not driving, now it's lights out and away we go for the Grand Prix of USA. Interesting strategy from F7 Jake, who got a fantastic start, fantastic pull away, and is Misu gonna dive it up the inside? No, he's not. Is Weiser gonna dive it up the inside of Leo? Nope. And Matt is overtaking Laxen for position. It's a battle for P6. Tuckbird and Matt going side by side with each other. They're going side by side here. Don't do anything foolish, guys. And they're still going side by side. Lovely battle to see between Racing Point, Williams and the Ferrari. They're going 3 wide in that difficult corner section, and so you have yellows in sector 1 and sector 2. And we have a Laxon who's trying to give up the inside of Matt, but he failed it. He couldn't do it. But now look at Vaiso. He's wide behind of Misu, and he's diving up the inside. They're going side by side with each other. Is Misu gonna give up? He's not giving up. They're going side by side once again. Weiser almost losing the position, and look at these battles from P4 to all the way to P10. This is incredible. We have Blender still, who is driving with the wets for some reason. Weiser tries to make nail in the coffin for Misu, but Misu has the better line for the next corner. And he will keep the P2 position, but now Weiser has the better line for the next corner. So we'll see who will give in. This might be very important, and Misu wants very wide, and nice rejoining behind of Leo. But that was a quite interesting tactic from Weiser. Or then the room just... There weren't space for 2 cars in that corner, to be fair. Somebody had to give up in that position. Leo moves to P3, drops Misu to P4 position. And now TTV Bugs Bunny is trying to overtake Misu, so Misu has lost complete rhythm of this Grand Prix. Blender has retired, oh no, the American has retired, and is that gonna bring out the safety car or not? I can't believe it, Blender retired. I can't believe it. And is that gonna bring out the safety car or not? We have Blow Up, who is within AI. And Blender has left from the Grand Prix. That's very unfortunate for his race. And is that going to bring out the safety car or not? And yellows in sector 1 still. But looks like no safety car, and we continue with the racing, and it's 8-10 between Jake and Weiser. So Weiser is trying to get his maiden win in the EFL, and Jake is trying to get his second win in the EFL. Would be really great to see a Ferrari man winning second time in Belgium, or Weiser taking his maiden win also. It would be great if, like, I'm not going to take a comment for this because I want both of them to win. Like, Weiser or Jake, I want both of them to win equally. Come on guys, just make me proud. Laxon battles with Tuckbird for P6 position. Only Marius Daniel is without penalty in this Grand Prix with Blow Up. Everybody else has penalties. And now Napla is wide behind of Marius. TTV Bugs Bunny overtaking Misu to a Misu for position, but Misu does a switch back on him and gets back the P4 position. Now Vaiso and Jake. Vaiso, who is considered the Wayne master of EFL, always being fastest in Wayne. Can he challenge Jake? But of course Jake also won in Belgium in the rainy conditions, so he might also be considered as Rain Master. And we have Duckbird who's spinning. Duckbird is spinning, so is he gonna change his front wing or not? What on earth is happening? Actually, I see some dry lines. Is Duckbird risking it for the chocolate biscuit, or does he have damage? Does he have damage or not? And he's taking the soft tires. He's taking the slicks. So he's risking it for the last laps. For the last 4 laps, he's taking the slick tires. And Archie is spinning also, so it's dry line in this Grand Prix so far. Maikon has also done a pit stop to slicks. So who is gonna pit? Who is gonna stay out? Who is gonna make the risk? And we have yellows in sector 2 and sector 3, and that's Michael, who has once again spun it, but not the best race from him. Blow up is lapped. Archie Gill is coming out with the slicks. Yellows in sector 3 once again. Once again Maikon, so he's the new spinalist of Formula 1. I apologize for giving you that name, but you're the spinalist. You're the Sebastian Vettel of EFL. And Vaiso is gonna dive it up the inside. But we have to see how Duckbird is gonna do. Is he gonna catch? 28.7, 28.8. He's not catching, so the track is not ready for the slicks yet. It might be in the next lap. You never know. And Vaiso and Jake are having a tremendous battle for the lead. It's the battle for the pride. No holds barred in EFL. And it's one of these drivers, Ferrari against Mercedes, just like the earlier days of Formula 1. And now it's DRS enabled. So are these drivers going to pit or not? There's going to be only 3 laps remaining in a Grand Prix. Are they going to pit? Jake is pitting. And Vaiso is also pitting. But is Leo pitting? Leo is pitting also. Miso is pitting also. Bugs Bunny. Laxon. Marius. Is he gonna go to the pits? Yes, he is. Napla. Yes, he is. He's also going to the pits. And Leo has lost a tremendous amount of time. And Jake comes back in the lead. Vaiso comes back in P2. Leo comes back in P3. Miso in P4. Bugs Bunny in P5. Laxon in P6. So everybody's pitting. Everybody's taking this slick set of tires. So there's not a driver in sight who is with intermediates, except for Blow Up AI and Superzocken. But now we have 3 laps remaining. 8-10 gap between Jake and Vaiso. So it went from dries to wet to inters to wet and back to dry. So it was a great race. Great race so far. And Jake is trying to defend from Vaiso. I have no idea how the penalties are going, but I don't want to know. I really don't want to know about the penalties. And we have interval gap. Apologize, I had gap to leader. We have massive battles going on for P4 to P5 to P6 between Miso 2 and Miso, Bugs Bunny and Laxon. Please join us to the podium universe. We want to know, you guys want to see what these drivers are thinking about this Grand Prix. And Superzocken, he's going to take the slick set of tires and he will be rejoining back in P12 position. Jake and Vaiso's just following closely. And just making sure he has enough EOS, enough fuel. But so does Jake. Actually, Vaiso has 70% and Jake has 50%. So Vaiso has done a little bit better job than Jake of saving his EOS. But these 2 drivers are on their own. They get to fight and Leo follows them closely in P3. So I'm gonna see, is Vaiso gonna dive it up the inside? No, he's not, but we're gonna keep an eye on this battle because this is the battle for the lead, battle for the pride. Bugs Bunny is very close. Snapple and Marius Daniel are following each other very closely. And Marius is using EOS and DRS. Is he gonna dive it up the inside? No, he's not. And he is basically pushing Napla from these corners. And Mike Kuhn gets his risk top penalty and Miso 2 and Miso and Bugs Bunny going side by side with each other, and we have a Ferrari of Laxon overtaking Miso for position and moves himself to P5 position. So he might get P5 or P4 in this Grand Prix, so lovely to see. And Jake, he's using all of his DRS, but there's nothing he can do. As Vaiso takes the DRS, uses DRS, going side by side, tries to overtake round the outside. And he's going to make the maneuver stick. Yes, he is. He's making the maneuver stick and overtakes Vaiso for the lead. So Vaiso might actually take the lead actually might win his first race in EFL. Amazing job as Laxon takes P4 from Bugs Bunny, but Viso never won a Grand Prix in EFL. So a driver who would deserve a maiden win is Viso. Unbelievable race so far from Viso. It's been an incredible race. It's been unbelievable. As Viso is going to start second to last lap. Jake follows him very closely. It's going to be the Mercedes, Ferrari or Red Bull who are going to win this Grand Prix, just like real life. It's always those big three teams who are winning the races. And yellows in sector 3. Matt has retired. Matt has retired from the session, unfortunately. That's unfortunate to see. Matt lost the point, lost P11, and that moves Bugs Bunny. What's happened to Bugs Bunny? He's lost a couple of positions now. Now he's back in P6. But how's the gap in the front? Now Viso is trying to make over 1 second gap, and he has done it. But still, Misu and Bugs Bunny go side by side with each other. Misu gets a 3-second top penalty for multiple warnings. And now Tuckbird is joining this party also. Marius Daniel, only driver here today who doesn't have a time penalty. We have to remember that. We have to remember his final position then in the Grand Prix. As we have Viso having over 1.3 second gap to Jake. Leo following them closely also. Then Laxon, lonely P4. Maikun gets a 3-second time penalty. As we have Bugs Bunny and Misu going side by side. It's a battle for P5 position. Bugs Bunny, pole position guy. Not a great race from him, but a good comeback. For P5 would be a very acceptable result. Leo gets a 3-second top penalty for multiple warnings, so that might be a costly 3-second top penalty, as we have probably Viso starting his last lap. He has over 1.9 second gap to Jake. I don't want to spoil the penalties. Please don't spoil the penalties in the chat or nothing like that. It's 2 seconds, it's 2.1 now, 2.0 as Michael gets a 3-second penalty once again. But two Ferraris are doing a great job here today, P2 and P4 at the moment. And we're following Viso, who is pushing like hell. It's now 2.3 seconds, 1.8, 1.9, 1.7. So, Jake is catching him. Jake is catching him a lot. He's using almost all of his EOS to catch up to Viso. But Viso has still the gap. But the penalties are going to play a big role in the end. And how is battle between Misu and Tuckbird. Tuckbird is gonna dive it up the inside. No, he's not. He's waiting for a better opportunity. We have to go back to the front very shortly. I'm following them from my full map. As Maikun gets promoted to P12 now because of his teammate retiring. So 2 more positions and he would be in points. But we probably have to go to the front very shortly. They're coming to the stadium section as Archie gets a 3-second top penalty for multiple warnings. It's a great battle for P6 position. And now we have to go back to the front. Viso has done everything correct here today. He got P2 in the wet. He had a little bit of contact in the beginning, but looks like Viso, you are a race winner. You take your maiden win in EFL. Unbelievable scenes. Your first win in EFL. Jake finishes in second. Leo takes P3, so it is Viso who takes his first win in EFL, and Laxon gets promoted to P3. So 2 Ferrari drivers, P2 and P3. Tuckbird is P3. What is going on here today, ladies and gentlemen? Tuckbird takes P3 in the end, out of nowhere. And we'll see where Marius is finishing P5, Napla P8, Leo P7. So top 3 is Viso, Jake and Tuckbird, who takes his 3rd podium in EFL. Unbelievable race. He had less penalties. He didn't have so many penalties, so that's why he finished in top 3. Unbelievable race, and Viso a race winner here today. Unbelievable scenes. Ladies and gentlemen, give your hands for Viso, who won his first race in EFL. As we're going to see these drivers in a podium interview very shortly. So we're going to wait a couple of drivers to finish, and Archie also scores his first points in EFL. Super Zaken almost scored, but we're going to wait Super Zaken to come to cross the line. Oof, but that race was amazing. Freaking hell. Like freaking hell. And oh my goodness me, we have Maikun who spun it once again. So Maikun, how many spins did you do, fella? How many spins did he do actually in this Grand Prix? And he's doing it backwards. He's throwing backwards in the track, but ladies and gentlemen, don't go anywhere. We're gonna hear podium interviews, and who is gonna be the draw of the day? And it's Laxon actually. Laxon takes the draw of the day according to the game. So congratulations to Laxon for getting draw of the day. And here's gonna be the top 3. They're gonna be very happy as Vaiso takes his maiden win in the EFL. He's very happy. Jake finishes his second, and Tuckbird, after 3 race break, he finishes once again in the podium. 3rd podium for him in EFL. And Vaiso, amazing Grand Prix, and he might actually take the lead of the championship. Who knows? I'm not sure. He was 16 points behind of Leo and Taze. I believe he will jump either to P2 or P3, but of course Tuckbird is also in. It was in P4, P3 position, so I'm not sure. Somebody has to count it. But yeah, here's your top results. Vaiso winning from Jake, from Tuckbird. P4 goes to Laxon, P5 Murray Stanley, P6 Misutrio Misu, P7 Leo, P8 Napula, great recovery. Bugs Bunny from pole position to 9th, Archie Gill P10, Super Zaken 11th, Blow Up 12th, Michael P13, Matt P14, Blender P15, Taze P16, Crack Sims are P17, and the DNFs are here from Alpha to Culture. And I'm gonna invite these drivers to the podium interviews. One moment guys, UDF and Vaiso, Jake and Tuckbird. I'm gonna quickly invite them, and so bear with me ladies and gentlemen. We're gonna invite the winner of the race first. I'm just gonna write their names. It's gonna take me a while, so bear with me ladies and gentlemen. There's Jake, UDF and Vaiso. Come on, PSM find him. There we go, UDF and Vaiso. There we go, and then Tuckbird. We have to find him also. As we're waiting for those two to join, then we're gonna invite Tuckbird to the party also. There we go, now we have invited the top 3 for the interview box. We're gonna wait for them to join. But ladies and gentlemen, please comment about that Grand Prix. Oh, that was an amazing race. See, I'm on goosebumps. I'm on goosebumps, like literally, I'm on goosebumps. And we have a P3 driver joining us today, Tuckbird, and now we're gonna wait on Jake and Vaiso to join the party. And remember to have voice sharing on. As we're gonna still wait for Vaiso and Jake to join. Hopefully they will join. We're gonna give them a few more minutes because I have sent them invites. I'm gonna invite them in Discord. Come on guys, join to the party. Vaiso and Jake, please join to the party. Vaiso has joined the party, and now we're waiting for P2 driver Jake to join us our party. We'll give him 1 more minute and then we're gonna start the interviews. So yeah, let's see, do we have any new comments? Not any new comments. So if Jake is not gonna join, we're gonna start from our P3 driver and then we're gonna move up to P1 to Vaiso. But first we're gonna interview our P3 driver. Well, Tuckbird, once again, you made a comeback to the podium, your 3rd podium in EFL. At any point you weren't in a battle for the podium, but somehow you did it. You drove very cleanly, didn't have so many penalties, and we saw that you had a very exciting race. You were going fighting with every single driver in the track here today, and in a reward in the end you got P3, so please tell us about your race.
Oh yeah, no, I was very happy because when in qualifying I saw there was going to be a wet race for half of it and a wet qualifying. I was very disappointed, but sure. I did well. I qualified P7 and I meant to go out in mediums just at the last bit of qualifying, but it put me on intermediates. But anyway, it doesn't matter. But no, I was very happy with the race.
Very happy with the race. Did you believe you're going to finish in the podium?
No, to be fair, coming up to the first pit stop I was unlucky because my teammate got in before me and I forgot that he was ahead of me, so I was stuck for another 5 seconds. That dropped me a few places, but I knew if I kept low penalties, I saw Leo had loads of penalties and TTV, Bugs Bunny had loads of penalties, and I beat Laxern by 1/10 in the end to get third.
Alright, so you're very happy with the result. Congratulations for the podium, and now we're gonna go to our race winner, Mr. Wayne Master himself, the best driver in the rain in EFL. Vizo, unbelievable job, baby. You got your first win in EFL in a Mercedes, so the Silver Arrows winning once again in EFL. So please describe to the viewers the euphoria of winning your first race. Please tell the viewers about your race, about the qualifying, about everything in the Grand Prix.
It was amazing. I had decent pace, and I actually was kind of worried because mid-race, when the pit stop happened to intermediates to wet, I had to fill the dishwasher, so it was a race for like 2 laps. And I managed to gain back the positions from Jake and Alpha in the beginning. And I was just going really hard at the end because I didn't want to win it in the last corner.
Yeah, it looked like it was going to be an easy race for you because in the intermediate stint you had a 14-second lead, but how on earth did you lose that lead when I went to wets? Because it was 14 seconds, then it went to 6 seconds, then you got overtaken by Leo. So did you have damage, driver mistake, or how did you lose that 14-second lead so quickly?
I was filling the dishwasher, I was driving on AI.
Oh, you were driving with AI, so that explains it. So ladies and gentlemen, he still want to go on free even though driving with AI for 1 lap. So congratulations, and we know you were only 14 or 13 points behind in the championship from Taze, Leo and Leo. Actually, both of you were around 13-14 points. So I'm gonna ask Vizo first. Are you gonna now start to fight for the championship? Because now you're putting yourself to the championship fight. Because Taze, Leo retired, Leo finished P4. How is your take on the championship?
I hope to fight for P1, but actually, I'd be happy on top 3.
Oh, you're happy for top 3, alright. And same question to you, Tuckbird. Taze, Leo retiring here today. Leo finishing behind you. Leo finishing actually in P6 or P5, and you finishing in the podium. Are you putting your mark once again to the championship fight? Because these results are putting you back to the fight.
Yeah, I think I'm capable of winning some races, but I think I'm more looking towards certain players that I want to beat rather than the championship, because I still think that's a tough ask. You have to be very consistent and score high points every race.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, and please, ladies and gentlemen, take your hats off for the national anthem of the winner drivers, Anthem Belgium. There we go, we heard the national anthem of Belgium. Congratulations for Vizo for taking his first win in the EFL. Congratulations for Jake for taking P2, and congratulations for Tuckbird for taking P3 position. This was round 6 in EFL of Austin, Texas, USA. Thank you for all the viewers. Thank you for all the drivers who participated this week's race in EFL, and hopefully we'll see you next week in Montreal, Canada, one of the most legendary tracks in Formula 1. And wherever you are in the world, good morning, good day, good night, and tune back next week to EFL. So see ya!